Good afternoon. I'm from my mama. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Tifo nyina. Obi bia waba so mechiachia memma omowo ahoma so memma obema bia happy Father's Day. If you're in the UK, you've probably celebrated your Father's Day already or somewhat. In Canada, the rest of the other world, we are celebrating Father's Day. Me mamu nyinaa happy Father's Day. And then yɛba bɛka the importance of fathers. Yɛba bɛka the importance of fathers. Wohwɛ a mmarima ekunkum wɔn ho paa sɛ wɔnku ne ho a obeku ne ba. Nti ama yɛn population no so no yɛn community no anaasɛ yɛn busua no egu. Nti ɛnɛ yɛba bɛkasa fa agya. Bible no say honor thy father and thy mother so your days on this earth shall be long. We eye command Nyankopon de ahye yen. Ene ye ba beka ho asem. Wo bu wo maame na wo papa. What did God say about honoring thy fathers? Ene ye beka papa fo ho asem. Emema ye mu mema biom. Gana fo tuntumfo wo kai say ahyase no the black we yen black society nankasa no there was a real plan to eliminate the young black family, the black society ankasa. It was black people ankasa no there's been a lot of way against war, wedges against black family. It's no young papa for no nyina yera to me. A member nyina yera to me. Na bema nso a wayera ne tumi no odi bone. Bema wayera tumi ofie odi bone. Wo mo say we study shows say many people are committing suicide but bema or attempt suicide they don't mess so. Oba attempt suicide ya no o mess kakra because our community community in terms of reaching out for help it is wider than a mema. It's now we a bema now happy Father's Day. We are going to now relook into why our society now, the pillar of our society, the power of our society, the head is now being destroyed. And when the head is destroyed, like I said, the body does not mean anything. Tiana yaba beka papa for one some for wa adwene bra me the way ne beto wona nso wa be ma wa adwene ye community no ewu wo beti yesi we waku ni ba wo beti we waku ni kunu mi nyina efiri hi a etuntumfo ya Samuel akwaba obi bia wo ahoma nso me mamu nyina akwaba na fa wa adwene nso ebra wo kan entrosem na ahyase no onyankopon ema some command bi na sa command no ene we disregard the commands of God. We say yes enipa nyankopon e de ade nyina ache nipa emra oma weifo no asase konkron no emema kuku damfo a omo wasa asase no nyankopon you odi omamu di nkunim ene watimi afro wall abedu abrochi wawo ba ofu se wanye sika ofu se owo tumi bi ofu se ono de wanya na adwuma wako school enya wo kura anka school no anka yawie mu from nkolabrem ba yanwe mu o maame anwe o papa enku te se de na ye kunkunkunkum nkola ni bio ena wahwe wo sesa se wanya de mpo a kan se onyankopon e de ehye bi ahye nipa dasani se di eye command. There's no ways about it or say the wager anywhere nani and the head of the house is now broken. Among member what they are going through no the society don't hear them we are going to discuss some of the problems a member face here and if ye asay and if ye asay adentira because we disobeyed a certain commands be ya disobey some commands be ema ene Oba besia de ni ex-husband te ho e na obeposa ne saa waposa papa yi e won kola yi anim na kola yi e benyini abe te no ho ase say there's a command say papa na ye gu ne ho fi e won anim no onyankopon ama na kokuduro onyankopon ama na everything but the power to obey that man Emma and now my better because of be bi ni obi aye onua be ma bi aye nti ene no oba bi asori a na emema nyina nye emema nyina nye na nyina ye kebi memba nyina nye enkola anim na ye di memba yatam na ye memba hu fi and the house is broken and kai say when the man is and then one won ente kunkuma ba no why because Obama, when a man is going through something and they can't talk about it, they don't have anybody to talk about it with. All these services, our system, they say, "Omwa abaye di kom humpa ayem kolane ema." When it comes to men, and yet yanko gane mu be mensu oba etutu okura etwere be ma bo na mema eji we bullet akese. Now we are not thinking about what who is watching the watchman. So let's talk about it. There's so many things our men are going through, and they are not capable. They can't talk about it. And they show mumu, and they kuomu kakra. Na beme wua. Can I say beme wua efiensu wu tie because we the women ya boa mema no amomu kunyen, and omu kuomu. And a fie asay. So for what Genebra, na mensume for my Genebra. Na uwo be maybe one odo macho. Why no kuntan so no boa problem e guniti mu no. And yama e guniti especially Ghana. Okofo oba ba ko a oba na busiafo nyina akoye ni problem. But we are forgetting ourselves to say and the narratives, the utterances and yama yeka Emma mema efele small no, it is causing them a lot. It has caused our homes a lot. The women are not helping the men. We are helping them to commit suicide, and when a man is committing suicide, like I said, they are not just going by themselves. So, or the neighbor oku abante bina esan stress ni ebuo anase reverend na yemfa manu ofie yembu no na emanu so ya forgetting the commands of the house. Me say and then they don't respect their parents because they think they have everything they need. Remember, say almost into a moment and they committed these suicide. You know, way disrespect be a disrespect and papa no more teteno. And no one son's one and omo din omo papa no mo enkwala papa atem e won kwala ni mu sa mema ni kunkum ma ne sa mema no those 40s ni way for no and now they can't bear the weight anymore obema pa na no ya won me say esne meko ada na ese bema no ya bema oba wo but I say ya disrespect you omo ama ono anso disrespect ne papa disrespect you oba ba mama me ka se ni kiro kan say wotinwi metinwi efrim papa ho me jin me papa ye nkoyo oba din ye ni be ma ne ye din ye ni iti kan say wo kura wo papa trait kan say wo papa ni trait ene wo ama wo yetimi identify wo aniama bebre aniwa color eye from papa din ye ni iti wo papa nyesa de wo maame nyesa de wo papa wa prokra no wo papa oyo okorinsani wo papa wo kai say wo ko bisa ni sikampo a sometimes na ni girlfriends bi na yo di sika no koma mo kra na yo papa or say I am an African, I am here because you are fine, but I don't understand any Ghanaian language. Okay, we are talking about Father's Day, my brother Black. We are talking about the reason why in today's age, men are not valued and they are not respected, and it has ruined our community. Whether we like it or not, the pillar of our lives, the head, is now being destroyed. And when the head is destroyed, the body is useless. So right now, the society has made people think they are capable of doing things by themselves. But guess what? God says, I will cut you off if you disrespect your parent. It is a fact. Remember that, listen, the land is given to you people, the land is given, but there are commands, there are rules, there are regulations. The land you were able to conquer the great men. Listen, I'm a black person living in Canada. There are great people who didn't feel that I deserve to be here. But look at the laws. I have been able to win, and my voice is now being heard in Canada equally in America. So remember that although I have power to voice out my opinions and everything, I still have obligations. It's equally in your families as well. So right now we have given up on men, and the men are now committing suicide. But guess what? Statistics shows, although women also commit suicide, the number of men suicide is greater than men. The successful suicide. So when the man is planning suicide or planning a destruction, they destroy and they are successful at it. So the problem is that we are disregarding, we've forgotten the first command, to honor thy father, thy mother. So let me read it. So Jesus Christ said, I want you to enter life. Keep commandment. Honor your father and your mother. Love your neighbor as yourself. He also said, Matthew said, so for God commanded, honor your father and your mother, and whoever revealed his father or mother must surely die. What is the death? What is the death God is referring to us in this scripture? It is because you will lose your success. The things you should achieve is not going to come to you. And right now, many homes are broken because we disregarded the first commandment of God. The commandment of God, this is not the first one, but the commandment of God is that we honor thy father. This is one aspect of life, because the purpose, those people are the reason why we can be identified. Our men are the reasons why we can be identified. If your eye color is blue, it's because your papa's eye color is blue. If your eye color is brown, because your papa's eye color is brown. If your hair, your texture of your hair is from your father. So why is it that today, in this day and age, we are not reverend, like we don't give reverence to the men? We are not valuing them. So look at what is happening. A man just get up, the woman don't want me anymore, or banning penibium, boom. A man who puts it in their head, I'm going to kill you, they are going to succeed. So right now we can see that many men are committing suicide, and they are not going by themselves. So remember that. They are not going by themselves. They are going with their children. They are ruining the life that these children could have had. All these quality lives that two parents can bring, whether separated or together. You don't have to be married to give a proper and a quality life to your children. No. But the thing is, if respect is not between the two, and if you're not honoring the parents, all these qualities, you miss them. And that is what we are seeing today. That is what is going on today. Our men are really, really going through a lot. And the fact of the matter is that statistics that I know is men commit suicide at least 4 to 1. That is 4 times as many men commit suicide as women. Very sad. And why is that so? Why is men, especially in Africa, we don't believe that men should show emotion? We don't believe the society has made it feel that men are not supposed to feel. We have all these African proverbs that actually dismisses a man expressing themselves or having emotions. We also say things that men should not cry. We also say things, so men are bottling up a whole lot of things. Today is Father's Day. Do you hear the fathers being honored as the women were honored? No. Why? Because we, the women, are the major cause of that, because we've disvalued, like we talk about them to the children. So as the children are growing up, they are looking at their father less of a human being. And once you see your father as less of a person, or they don't value your love, you are indirectly telling God you are like you are cutting your life in short. You are telling God that God does not, his commands are not valid, because these are all tying into the commands. We need to give them respect, irrespective of whatever they are. Because listen, your father may have his own fault, your mother may have their own fault. The two are separate. Your blessings are different from what your father's shortcomings are. So we need to pay attention to the things we do in response to our fathers. The little they could do is what they've done. They didn't know any better. Many of African parents ran away and traveled and left children with the parents in the 80s, in the 90s. Many men, because of hardship, they left Ghana and they went to another country, and life was not good with them. Remember, we are black people. So imagine a black person, and some of them did not even reach. A man was just found in Canada, close to the border right there. It was a man who said, I'm going outside to go and bring something small to take care of the family. Is dead. They found his body, a decomposed body of a Ghanaian. So men has to be the first one to get out of the family and go and look for something better and bring it back to the family. But the thing is, life doesn't treat them as you think it should. That's not your problem. You have a command. You have a command, and the command is give them honor, so thy life may be long and you shall live. The life is not saying you're going to die, but there's certain things that should reach you. And maybe as I said about there are some blessings, there's some wisdom, there's some power, there's so many things that you should get. Just today I'm giving you what I receive, or the blessings I receive. That's what I'm pouring here. And I think this is true, because I see it in everywhere. I've seen some women insulting the men, the father of their own children. So imagine what these children are growing up with. Imagine what you are taking away from these children. Imagine the picture you've painted to them, that God is not like when God gives a command, that means your future is tied into the command. So that means to say if it's a command that you should eat, when you don't eat, you will die. It is a command. So are you going to tell me the food is not cooked? When you're hungry, if it comes to a human being, you will chew it when you have no choice. So it is either you obey the command, or there are certain things that will be short. It's not going to be as you should receive the full blessings of God. And for some of you, of course, there are certain things it's not for you. If you don't believe in what God's commands are, you're going to say, yes, it is not true. But if you just look at our own life, your own small life, imagine your own personal life. When you miss a certain transport, when you're supposed to get out of your house at specific time to go to work, and you miss the bus, do you get to work at the same time as if you had not missed the first bus? No, the time changes. So there are things that it is a rule. It is a universal rule, my brothers and sisters. Also, you make a great point. I believe that adopting some aspect of European culture, thank you, Black European culture has had a detrimental effect on African culture. It is difficult to satisfy Western and African culture at the same time. At the same time, the funny thing is the Western culture who embraced everything are even reversing back to, you see, the world was the same, black. They too believed in those basic fundamentals of life. Believe it or not, they were the same as us. But because they embraced development earlier, they embraced a whole lot of things that they thought they can control. And right now, things are out of control. It is introducing many lifestyle that they thought they can control. They thought human beings are responsible to take care of their own beliefs and their own actions. It is not so. So they embraced a whole lot of things in the Western world. Africans reserves, they are very, very, I would say, like we have a preservations, or we have reservations in what we embrace. So we didn't really give rooms to a lot of things that other beliefs or other practices as the Western did. And that is where we are. We are all human. Love means the same thing in every language. So as you are watching me today, listen, oh Papa, even if your father made some mistakes in his life, I'm sure the loads of your father will be it will be heavy for your neck, for you to carry it. You have a command to reverend, give honor to your father, because your future, or I would say your life, is connected to honoring your father. It is connected because we've taken it, and now it is making more sense to me now, because guess what? When we dwell, or when we only rely on the personal experiences that we encounter with one man, when we rely on the hurt or the pain that one man has caused you, so you will poison 4 children, what you're doing is, because of that one man, you're damaging a whole group of people, a generation of people. You are damaging because you are one individual. That man is one individual, and you are bringing your experience into your children's life or to the society. And what you're doing is you are corrupting, you are killing the next generation by imposing your experience upon the children who are innocent. And the only thing, your responsibility is to teach them the commandments of God. So the only responsibility as a parent you are is to show them the rest of the world, to give them what they need so they can also discover their world and teach them the commands. But what you're doing is that whatever you experienced with one man, you're actually transferring the negativity from that relationship into 4 or sometimes 5, sometimes 8 children, poisoning them. Your papa is nonsense. Your papa is useless. Your father is this. And you are insulting this man, one man, polluting a whole generation. And that is what we are going through today. Men are not reverend. Men are not respected. But they are the source of our generation. If a man do not meet a woman and transfer a sperm into the woman, how would we have existed? And then existed. Do you know why you are identified by the trait of your parent, your mother, your father? Do you know the power within that man that has been transferred to you? Do you know what you're supposed? Do you know what you're supposed to do as a human being? So let's really watch and pay attention to the men close to you. Pay attention to your community. And I think at this time, let's begin. If you have not done so, Minia, when you start to insult or tell your children about your experience with the man. When you start to insult your ex to your children, what you're doing is that you're actually taking a lot of qualities from these children. You're stealing what you're supposed to have, and you're stealing their innocence. And I've heard many women do this. I've heard a lot of women doing these mistakes because of your experience, which may not be your fault. So why are you then transferring those negative and experience that you're supposed to learn from? Every behavior was supposed to learn and gain some wisdom from whatever we experience with these men. Somebody transferred that behavior into him. Why are you repeating the cycle? I've seen many women do that. Many were forgetting the commandments of God, saying that we should honor your father. Your father's mistake is not your mistake. Your father's lack, their shortcoming. When they were growing up, you were not there. When your father was growing up, you don't know the experience, the things your father has experienced, the hurtful situations your father had to witness, the hardship. You were not there. So when your father is exhibiting a certain qualities that you feel it's not necessary or it is not warrant, it is not your responsibility to teach or to punish your father. No, it's not. Your job is to honor your father even in their shortcoming, and you shall be blessed. And everything you do, you'll be very surprised. And nowadays, children think, like I said, they don't, especially at Abrochimkwala, because they don't need your house to survive, because they don't, especially the children that were born in abroad, African children, they feel they don't need their parents, they feel they don't need their advice, they feel that they don't, but what they are doing, is that there's certain things, because listen, when God blessed the land for the children of Israel to go into the land, and they overcame the Hittites and all these giants that were on the land. Do you think that was it for them? Do you think they didn't have any instructions from God how they should conduct themselves when they get to that land? The same thing, children who were born in this country or even in some parts of the world who feel that their parents were losers, and so they live with their parents' mistakes. My brothers, my sisters, what you are doing, it's like a big coal. It's like you are heating a big coal, because this is a commandment of God. You can't. We need light. It's a command. Let there be light, and there is a light. It's a command. God commanded the light to come. We need the light. They said I'm lacking vitamin D. You know why? Because I'm missing my African sun. I don't have a sun. I'm not getting enough sun. So now I have to eat other things to replace, to give me what God has commanded. You see? So they're set because I'm not doing a certain things. I'm not getting enough sun. So you can't just say you choose. It is it's like the whole thing, everything your father felt, everything your mother felt, you are feeling it all over again. You are allowing yourself to feel what your father is feeling, and you are going to do it to your children. You think by not respecting your father because of what your father did, because of what your mother did, you are doing yourself a favor. What you are doing is you are living what your father or your mother experienced. And what is going to happen in the later years of your life is that you're going to transfer that negative energy that you consumed from your father, you inherited from your mother because of what they did. You choose to inherit the unpleasant thing your father went through or your mother went through. So you yourself has placed yourself under curse. Under curse. So my brothers and my sisters, listen. Many men are dying. because the women are failing to listen to them. Many men are committing suicide. Homes are being broken because the women has now become like a giants in the house. They now want to change the neck to become the head. And that is what is going on now. A man per se, and then Oba say what a man can do, Obama Obanso etimi. But this is the fact. Ye wonyuma bebra you, Oba betimi you. But Oba enye, guess why? Oba also your responsibility, you have other things. The things you need to take care of, the way we can bend, a man cannot bend the same way a woman can bend. There's a certain positions a man cannot be or even do it. So when a home is broken, although the hard and the difficult and the dangerous job, women feel they can do it, but women would choose not to do it because they have to stay home and take care of the home. So as you can see, we all take positions. You cannot be a man. A man take risk every day. You don't take risk. So whatever America has painted for you and say, oh, a man's world, a woman's world, and all those things was a fake one. Africa for Muntiemi. It is a fake American dream. It is a fake. Remember, it's a fake one. They set people up, and then what they do is that they catch you in a net. So that was not true. What a man can do, a woman can do, but a woman will not do it. Why? Because our responsibilities are totally different thing. We all have a different stand, and then we can choose to stand it. But nowadays, we want to just respect men, and then we are looking for blessings. American, or they want to a system. So America has relied on a system. Americans has relied on a system. So many people broke out of their parents' home and they feel they don't need their parents anymore. Guess what? At the end, they are very miserable people. I'll tell you that fact. They are the same people in the old age home without the children visiting them. They are the same children who did it to their parent. They will put them in an old age home and the children will not come because they have disconnected themselves emotionally. They relied on a system. The system will take care of them. I worked with this lady who feels he's a white lady. She feels her parents were so bad, the condition, they were so poor. So she did everything, all of her life. She did everything. I remember this woman wears one clothing, someone was making over $100,000. Guess what she was doing? She was piling all that money for her retirement. She didn't even get to retire. She was piling the money instead of being nice, instead of like paying attention to what matters in life, the relationship. You didn't get to see love. Your parent did not get to see love. You have grown to know love. You studied love. You've learned love. To show your parents, she chose to separate herself. She doesn't do anything, even when she needs something. This is someone who was making over $100,000. So she died without even going to the old age home because she had nobody. She gave up marriage. She gave up having children, and she disconnected herself from her family. Her family meaning her mother and her father. So what I'm trying to say is that, my people, you cannot come to and just listen to the Westerns and then think what they are going through a lot in the old age home. Omu go through a lot because omu ma change you. Because osan oni omame one question no ofu say ni kunu ni ma. They think my husband, my children are my only family, and they don't know that Thai black as a black person what we value. So it is very, very important. Say you be man, respect our men. Hey. Amanfoɔ, very important to Papa Black. It's very important because we cannot come to a country and all of a sudden we have, like, you think you are part of some society who came also with their own culture, their own belief, and then you try to live a life, a lie, placing yourself in a position that unless you accept what they have with them, that's the only way you'll be accepted. We place ourselves in a culture that we are not accepted unless we succumb to what they believe in. And what they believe in is not what we should be believing in, because we come with values. We all come with values and culture and identity. So what identify you is what you should be really paying attention to. What is your identity? Respecting and also valuing what comes. So if you see an Italian, they come with their belief. If you see an Hispanic, they come with their belief. Chinese come with their belief. They come with the culture. But you see some people trying to live somebody's life. And that is what is ending our men in depression, and because they are living a lie. When the going get tough now, they can't go back. They cannot go back. But these people, they can go in and rely on a system. They go to old age home. Some of them, they even will instruct a doctor. Some of them has a date they are going to die. When you say can't that doctor and say, do you know that in this country, this is how it has become now? So people are applying to be put to chair. Like just say that it's a broche Ghana for, even in Ghana, we cannot accept everything and think that it's gonna work for us. Ye tu kwanya mama yenhwe ye mema ni ye. Na mama monti ase say they are not going to be obroni. Abrofo has a system they depend on. They can walk into someone like psychologist or psychiatrist or a counselor to counsel them. They understand the language. They can they can follow the little lines they give, but you don't understand the same language. Sometimes there are some people, when they go to, the reason why we are stuck in our church, in the Black community church, because when you go to these churches, sometimes some of the things they are saying, the way it's not the prayer is not hot enough for me. I want to release certain things. But it's all practical, physical things, nothing spiritual. So we are not the same people. So let us pay attention to our men, and let us pay attention and also know what we value. Our commands are to give honor to our men. And that honor, whether you believe it or not, because we are not doing it, it has now taken a lot from us. You can see some of the African community, very the tension there is just too bad. Why? Because they are separated. So what? If you are separated, doesn't mean you are an enemy. No, you are not an enemy. This is not our culture. We are not an enemy. You don't remember your great-grandfather was living in a separate home than the wife himself. You don't remember say kaisa na umame o papa not fie foforo na umame so te baby foforo. Nso se na omo e wo good relationship. Me kan papa e oba ho afe. Umame ne ho ntiti no ne ho keka no kora na o de be ye ne den. Waye busy e hwe ne ma. Say what you say. Enne today. You see, we have forgotten how we grew up. We've forgotten how we grew up. Feeling. Ebekumu. But back in the days, our parents, sometimes they go to the farm, they build another house on the farm. They don't come home till like when? Do you see them? No. The women are busy taking care of the children. Nowadays, the women want to up so got one more because now Gina say, of who said papa no ni obi ya da wa ama mema no so the men are now me say ya na ye dey adwen bone to mema yitimu. We are the one who corrupted the men. If you watch from everything, beginning of destruction, it is Mother Nature. So we destroyed this thing. Yeah, we destroyed union between men and women. It is a women destroyed it. Adam, kwa former basesia. Eve tinafie memra. Eve according apple. The same thing. When obisa we say ohini okwa ntaisi ohini mani ko twa Steve ti. It is women. Delilah Oba otimi influence great men. It was Delilah. Usha asase we America. Oba na betimi influence American system no be challenge system they say yenyi Bible every school. It was Oba. Emma, so on either Oba you can stand for evil or for good things. I can read many women who also stood for the good cause. But many things that we are now paying prices for it was women. It's only a woman who can like I have to say manipulate men for the man to be stupid. It is a woman. So a man Father's Day have pity on these men. I'm watching the time because I have to teach. I have to teach Ismail. Many animal many animal my and then your Father's Day. And be mindful of what the man in your neighbor, like in your home is feeling. And ye kwako didi. Tell you say fani pie. Fa wo obema no wo kunu no fani pie wo so kotua. Ko yi wallet mu awie na kotua na one ne nkotena baabi anasa aduane bi a opa wo ye ni ha wo ho no awie yema no any food that you feel your husband likes but you are lazy sometimes because it takes you too long to cook. Today is the day you should show that they are valuable and they matter in your home. America has taken power away from men. The American has made men. America has made men. Everything that is powerful, America has found a way to take power from. So the women are now disrespecting and valuing. A man is next to a dog in a house, and all those stupid comments that people make. It's all bad. This is what is happening now. Now the men are now committing suicide. They are killing their children. All the traumas they've gone through as they were growing up. Somebody, because they don't want the government to be responsible for it, they blame it on black society, or it's the black people who are killing themselves and the black. That's foolishness. This is everywhere. Abrofono so mu omo de balls no crash shrinking. Their balls are shrunk. Abrofono, the Westerners, their balls are shrunk. They don't even have balls they are sitting on. But the black men are strong people and they cannot stand the weight. What happened is they end it and they don't end it by themselves. They go with somebody else. So please, people, let's pay attention to our strength, the strong holes in our community, in our society as black people. Let's pay attention to it and let's get help for these men. If a man cries in front of you, that's a strength. Don't use that foolish don't do that. If a man cries in front of you, that's a strength. It is okay. You need to have the patience as a woman to allow that man to cry and to be vulnerable in front of you. Don't tell them that foolishness, a man can also cry. When a man cries, it is joyful in the house. When a man cries, it is a joy to the ear. For when a man cries, when a man is vulnerable, it is such an liberating. It is liberating to a woman when a man becomes vulnerable in front of you. And we need to listen. Open your heart, open your home, and give them the reverence they deserve. Because all dangerous things, it is men we look up to for them to do, and it's not the women. May God bless you all. Share the video as well and let your brother also receive it, it gives them hope that a woman, some women are now recognizing their strength. Well said. Black magic, also the West has an agenda to emasculate the men. That's right. This is why they want to impose the LGBTQ in Africa. We Africans need to resist that. Or say, no woman will disrespect a man who's up to it. A man should not, who is up to it. There are men who stands up and earns the respect from their women. Is just saying that America has taken power from the men. The men, okay, my sister, if it's a command, and if you love God, thy father, thy God, as you say, then your father is commanding you. There is no way to it. It is not conditioned. It is not based on Obama no deserve and answer Obama no deserve. And unquan dear my sister, and unquan dear mama yemfa odo, mama yemfa kukudro. Let's love them with their shortcoming. Let's respect them. Respecting doesn't mean say you are putting up to it them. Respecting doesn't mean say you are Jimmy or no. Respecting means oh yeah bema. There is some masculine be one. A man is not a condition. Your God, that Father, is instructing you, giving you a command to respect. Give them honor. Honor them. That's all. It is not about them. The woman, my sister, it's an one tree. It's an one tree one because of that, because they don't deserve it. If you are looking at them as God, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be respected or reverend. But this is a command. It's our growth. Our blessing lies within the ability to give them the respect and also to honor. It is a difficult one. It is a very difficult one. I'm telling you, my sisters. But because we have been commanded, this is a command from. So you have to look at it as it is a command. When you are sick, you need to take medicine. You have no choice. You need to take it. So this is the thing that we are sick. We need the medicine. We need to reverend. We need to respect them. Because without them, this is why, because we think there must be condition. And men maybe deserve. Yes, all of them don't deserve it. All of them don't deserve. Even when they are trying to do their best, this is it too. This is all we are seeing. They still wait for you to serve them. Oh, they still wait for you to serve them. Oh, they are still waiting. They are looking at you for you to serve. They are our babies. So please, let's respect them. Let's give them. They don't deserve it. None of them deserve it. That's what you are saying. None of a man who does not owe his responsibility. Yes, the government will discipline them. I mean, strong men earns their respect with women. Yes. And no be a bonus. And no that man get 110% of the respect. 110%. There are men who has earned more than what they are supposed to, so they get 110%. And then like qualify. And in Kabashi, I will end it here and we'll continue. Happy Father's Day to my lovely African princess. My lovely princess. The pillar of our back. The ribs of our our ribs. Where our ribs went. These are the people we can rely on. Oh. And these are our cushion. Oh. And these are our totofi PPP. These are our strength. Oh. These are our everything. Our crowns. We are the crowns they wear. And they are wearing our crown. When you fall down now, the crown will become nothing. When they don't have us on top of their head, they become nothing. So they are our crown. We are their crowns. They wear us, so they become great and mighty. So these are the strength which the West tried to just get rid of. And we should stand against that. So let's ask, if you notice in this part of the world, look at the people that works in the government. Pay attention to America. The people who works in the government, all of them are married. Do you know why? All of them are married. Do you know why? They believe in marriage as an institution from God. They believe, say, this is a unit that builds a future. Why are all of them married? Why are people that are a public servant? Why do they even pride themselves? Why do they stay in marriage? Do you think their marriage is sweet? No, but they stay in it because they believe that it gives them the respect they earn. When when someone wants to be a politician, the first thing they advise them, get married, they get the family. The family speaks a lot about them. The family speaks a lot. So don't be fooled by these people telling you, say, oh no, we go away, and so no person there no. And no, they abeji penini. Or the nawari abeji penini. They don't want to do a move from Korea. So I say, yeah, Jimmy, yo, and your mom would work for ebe that nipa. Or say, we all need a crown of gold. No thorns. Yes. May God bless you. And may God bless you all. My love to you all, my sisters, my lovely twin sisters. Look at my twin sisters I was telling you about. Look at my twin sisters I was telling you about too. Today, we had a beautiful service. Look at my twin sisters. You can see the difference over here. And the other one in here. See? Do you see the difference? You can see the difference, right? These are my twin sisters. That is why I thought I was going to have a twins. And no, my twin no. Bye bye.